Hi, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, scooch up a chair. My name is Steph. Earlier in the month, I created an ink blot bookmark style made in your name and accent. Link is below if you're interested in the set. It is one of one.
Close it.
And we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities and scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, Arians, we're going to add on Tarot and Oracle. And where Mr. Ghost Gift is here, we're utilizing for audio editions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely, of course. Arians, you know the drill. I'm going to take a moment to open up, but I would like for you to be able to gaze to gain for your own insights while doing so. And you also have a talisman here, growth of energy, and your angel number is 29. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Aryan Collective. Aries, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Gratitude. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, your views. You truly warm my haunted heart for your support, so thank you. Let's go. So just before I was stepping in, and the exhale, which is really, really beautiful, the breath felt long and luxurious, but it had a fiercity to it. And just before I was stepping in, I was hearing the song, I think it's by Rage Against the Machines. Da, 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 da. And now you do what they told ya. 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 Those who, okay. So very, I think it's Rage Against the Machines. And interesting enough, it felt very empowering. The beat of it. This, something that somebody, and I'm not pushing out to any sort of person, paradigm, or programming. Because this is how I feel like in the Aryan space right now. Even that awareness of everything that is at my disposal, tried and true or blue, I feel like I have taken that same, what could be a rage, and I've used it like a furnace here to see with my own eyes. It's like I see with my own eyes. I am insightful. I am perceiving as an Aryan guest, thank you, this power. It's like my arms and my legs are working in tandem. It's like where my feet go, my hands go. What I'm reaching for and what I'm stepping towards are in harmony. And like that, and now they do what you told you. I think those are, and now okay, anyway. It feels powerful, but without the angst, without the scorch marks of a fire. I've broken through something. This feels internal. Something about my eyes again is coming through. Okay, sorry, give me one moment. Your angel card number 29. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. The powerful drive, that's what it is. And it's like, even though you could be doing something so beautifully meditative in nature, but there's not this scorch behind it. I don't want to say something's been realized. I feel like something's been born. Yes, this is how I'm feeling. I'm guilty of using that, thrashing to share what I want to, find out what it is that is the cure of whatever, of feeling harmony, oneness, insert the job, the person, the place, or thing. And I'm only stating that as a reflection. And I'm able to use the same heavy metal song or the same rock song, that whatever this is for you, the rage, and I turned it in. I'm going to say it's not realizations. It might be a revelation. Does that make sense? It might be a revelation, because then there's like this rising out, and when I say out, it's like from this like third eye space here, right? Even up to maybe the soma chakra, but I want to pause as it just step forward right here. So here is from like your elemental action. Bobby. It's like, okay, we're going up. And then I see something. I think I see me. I think I see me. I feel like I have, I'm going to use the word realized, and I apologize if that's not the right word, but please insert what feels well to you and forego my language. I've realized where I was being my own rebel, and that brought about a revelation about something. Okay, because here it's like there's this, okay, I don't know what this being is. It's just before the phoenix. I think I had to conceive first. Conceive before this could rise. 13. This rise. Yeah, an integration number. I want to note as well, and if you're, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. If you're on a phone, you can zoom in a little bit. But as this like phoenix rising kind of vibe is bringing me up here, there's, I'm going to say like a spaceship or something. Can I bring it up to you? Can I do that? Do you see it there? Right there. And it's coming down into this spirit from like so much third eye kind of space all the way like not the tip of the nose, but just under the nose. Okay, give me a moment. Because there's information that comes down as a part of your energy, or at least oracally speaking, goes like births after this conception, magician kind of vibes. But I'm seeing like a Bigfoot, which is interesting. Not like a stomping. It's like a silent stomping. Big footprints, and yet it's like you can't follow the trail, like it just ends. And maybe this is indicative of some things, people, places, or things that you've, or with, I'm assuming this is within the self, because I feel very introspective, and I'm trying to see this introspection reflected out. And I don't know that I'm actually seeing that. So I like come back in for a moment and I'm like, okay, reassess here. I just heard like, I feel like something was fixed, but it was my fixed gaze on it. Something changed. Again, some sort of conceiving, growth of energy coming in, this, whatever I'm conceiving.
Why did you come?
Interesting. In this, I will bring this up for you so you can see it more fully through. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this shape right here from these eggs, okay? And what I want to do is place it, that shape, in here. Because this
mansion
looks like, you know, ovaries, and we can get into the whole lady bits, fallopian tubes, whatnot. But there's a tunneling system or channels, incubations. Okay, there's so many layers of conception, or conceiving, conception. Maybe it's creation. It's the Phoenix energy. If depending on where you're at in the timeline, Arians, it's different parts. I think it's in different contexts or industries of your intellect, or different industries of your introspection. Keep birthing something else. This isn't in like this ongoing, but I feel like it's been a process. And the Phoenix energy, when maybe you feel reborn or rebirthed in some way, shape, or form, job, person, place, or thing, corporate, creative, personal, or romantic, platonic, etc. Those are all your channels, of course. It's the Phoenix that's going to birth something. And then I come up here into like this unity space. And when I'm not saying that in like a cheesy way.
Are you a friend?
I am, absolutely. Are you a friend? So the way I'm seeing it is, remember when I was talking about that spaceship? I feel like this is the mothership. So one, there might be some of you, I will add on Tarot and Oracle in a moment. There might be some mother energies that you're working through. Congratulations if you're becoming a mother through, physical birth, adoption, surrogacy, etc. Could be also working through mother energies. Mother energies, your mother energies. Okay, so the rabbit hole for the few or the many, but it's definitely stepping through. So remember when I talked about this little spaceship here? I'm seeing this like the mothership, if you can imagine, like seeing it like a good old fashioned, like Mars Attacks kind of. Not Mars Attacks, but again, interesting. I believe Mars is your planet. Oh my God, we're in sync. Jinx, you owe me a coffee. From this planet's mothership space. It's a mothership. And you know how, like, if you can imagine a mothership in the sky and then all these little ones come out. Interesting. And you would think from the mothership, seeing all these little ships come out, that would be more of like a male function, sending out all these little ships. Where are they going to conceive? Where are they going to go and incubate? I think you put out a lot of feelers in a lot of different places, people or things. I'm not necessarily saying from like a promiscuous space, but I feel like you're very particular now. And that has promise. That has promise. It's almost as if I'm feeling like by leaving the mothership, I'm able to have this adventure. So some of you might very much so resonate with another planetary energy aura, constellation, star systems. You also might just be very connected to the sky as a mirror. Sorry. Okay, so what this is bringing me into, I feel like I just came back down to earth. What a weird feeling. Okay. Whew. When I wander up here, I'm seeing like, what is that? Conjoined twins? And see how they have like the big skulls? Like they have found them in history, like those elongated skulls. That's a thing. It is a thing. I'm very aware. Okay. And for some of you, that this might be in the concept of twin souls or twin mates, however you interact with that concept. Again, this feels internal. And then also amongst these conjoined alien twins, you might really resonate as like starseed or something along that lines. There's an angel in here. These angel wings. Could even be part and parcel of that separation from the mothership. Some of you might have a mother in spirit. Or you're working on honoring the mother energy, whatever that means for you. Whether it's your physical mother, Mother Earth, mothership, mothering energy, feminine energy in general, your own feminine energy, male or female express being indifferent. And that caused some sort of upheaval, like even leaving the nest. Yeah, bring that up. Like leaving the nest. Again, there's all these eggs with you. Okay, so I want to bring up your angel card number of, oh my goodness, for heavens and hot dogs. Yeah, I'm ridiculous. 29. I am insightful. Sorry, Aries. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. Dude, we were just talking about the sky. Okay, great. Let me stay focused. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Oh my goodness. Do I even need to say? I feel like we've been speaking of this. I feel as though we've been speaking of this. 29, 9, 10, 11, 9, 8, 7. Interesting. I'm going to leave that with you. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Where you're talking about like this fire, this seeing. But that means you need to leave the nest.
Please.
Leave certain... It's almost like you need to... There's maybe been many nests of people, places, or things. And it creates upheaval. Absolutely. Okay, so here's the thing though. I'm in a canoe type vessel. There's beings here, and they have orbs or ideas or observations with them. But they can also see the reflections in the water. If you can see that story with me. And it's almost like with these crows, they might even
Nobody
be following.
Understands.
No, I don't think everyone can understand even like what things create upheaval for you. Because you're perceiving like with the sky we were talking about, okay, so it's even like seeing the sky reflecting back. That could be the reflections of the water. Because this feels very peaceful. With 33 night, it's like you're in some way mastering your own mind warps. Becoming the mother, or you are the mother of your own mind. It feels very calm and gentle.
That's mine.
There might be something, and I'm also seeing with the conjoined twins that's stepping forward, and I will say just as it steps in, something about codependency. Whether this is with a person, concept of the mind, and maybe through this codependency, like unchaining that. So, sorry, there's Arians. There are messages that seem to come through to you.
Capricorn.
You do something
Sing.
at night. Anna. You seem to do something at night. Oh, do you know what? Okay, so with this waterproof card, the tear, when like a baby or a child or a toddler, I guess even an adult really, I don't think it ever really goes away now that I just thought about it for half of a millisecond, and they're like fake tears. If somebody's crying a river, you coming back to this canoe thing, I need you, I need you, I need you, or whatever the case is, or you're feeling intuitively, insightfully inspired. You go in calmly.
I want to leave.
You go in calmly. But I do feel like once you see, again, you see something and you're like, oh, I gotta go. At nighttime, I feel like you are in a school, perhaps a mystery school of some sort. There's people around you. There's other messages around you. There's other beings around you. Here's the fun part about this, is that while they can be from many different places and planets, people, earthlings here, this, that, or the other, they're from energies in existence. And it's like everyone takes the same form. In this case, we'll take the symbology of a bird or a crow. So you might be seeing a lot of crows. And that's just the shared suit, like the uniform in this astral or space that we've agreed upon, or you guys have agreed upon to interact with and exchange messages, because it's like incognito. You can do it all at nighttime. It's unseen. Talk, teach each other, and it's pretty quiet. It's quiet from the perspective of the busyness of the day. Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. All right, let's keep going for Arians. I don't want to, oh my gosh, getting ready to close out. Knight of Swords, Lord of the Winds and Breezes. Yep, you were absolutely receiving messages, having a lot of conversation. And here's the fun thing. And of course, if these cards mean anything to you, please follow that first versus my yammerings. I tend to read the artistry first. Okay. And if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, Arians. Queen of Swords, it's like cutting out the codependency. Even where you are, is it realized, or these revelations and what you want to create. Phoenix. The Phoenix is like a big mother crow. And then you have this ability to conceive of what it is that you want. The picture, hold the picture, hold the picture. The Knight of Swords coming in with the Knight of these messages, the Lord of the Winds and Breezes. I feel like that's really self-explanatory if you're resonating with the Scry story. And if it's not yours, thank you for holding space for others to receive theirs. Gratitude. But ultimately, with waterproof and the Nine of Pentacles, the Lord of Material Gain, what you've gained can't be taken away. The only way it's, okay. You know how like sometimes when you buy boots or something and you have to, or it's waterproof, but you have to do something every year or every season to reestablish the strength of the waterproofing. That's what it makes me feel like. But I also hear that what you've gained for yourself, what you're gaining in your own creation, in your own growth of energies, can't be taken away from you by others' upheavals. This takes practice, and it's practice in play. And just hearing that song as I'm getting ready to close out. I am an island. Is that even the song? I'm not really sure. To close out here, Arians, you are, I know that's not going to come through, but Justice.
I love you.
I love you as well. Thank you. Daughter of the Lord of Truth. You're balancing out your own energies, the mother and the father, the masculine, the feminine, the up and the down, being an earthling, being energetic, being an emotional being, and, being an existence. And while this seems like a massive feat in some way, shape, or form, there's a space coming in right now. It's like with the fires of creation that have happened along the way, the spaces of creation, the chains, the contracts, the constraints that inevitably that were in place or you've been working through, you were the creator of as well. Hence the co in the dependency. But I feel like now in whatever sort of revelation that you've had in your reality, and you're like living it in your reality, I'm coming back to Bigfoot and I'm seeing like the silent walker covered in fur, the trees, whatever they might stereotypically be depicted as. And there exists, I don't think there's a concern if, from their perspective, if their existence is from the human standpoint, real or not. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how, maybe this is what it's feeling like. It's like the Bigfoot, we're as humans, or at least the way, the way it's shared, like, do they exist? Here's the proof. Here's the evidence. Oh my goodness. But I don't think Bigfoot in any way, shape, or form is concerned with how humans are trying to judge that in a justice yes or no, because it's kind of both. I do exist to those who have the experiences, and I don't exist to those who don't. And then there's this wonderful world of in between, that those that can imagine it, those that can see it, picture it in their mind, and for those that do not wish to. All versions of this are okay. And it kind of brings me into this Bigfoot. You're a beautiful Bigfoot. You have a footprint that kind of feels mysterious to other people, because in this space, it's like in that thing. Some people understand. Yep. Sure. What a Bigfoot existing, the concept to believe in that perhaps is no different than a crow existing. Why would it be? Because it's fleeting, it's not seen as much. Maybe that's just his lifestyle.
Dead.
Maybe that is just how one is. And because there are the few versus the many, or maybe the way they interact with do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is the Aryan thing. It's like, it's of no concern to me if you accept or don't accept my reality through my own revelations. I am here, and I have the insight for my own introspection and interdependency of what I'm interacting with. People, places, or things. Aryans, I'm going to let you go because I'm like totally rambling on here. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh. And your last card, because, I'm full of lies when I say last card, is the Forest. Aryans, I love you. Thank you for being here. I will see you for March with a fresh ink blot. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Keep an eye out for maybe a short in between. I'm not really sure. If I can fit in a bonus, I will. But I thank you for being here. I completely appreciate your awesome awareness and ancient attention. And until next time, bye. Peace restored. Peace restored. Yeah, see? Man, I am just... The Aryan energy is... Whoa.